Good day. Here are the top stories of the Manila Times for Saturday, October 3, 2020. The speakership dispute at the House of Representatives isn't over. A day after lawmakers voted to keep Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano in his post, Marinduque Representative Lord Allan Velasco, the man who would be Speaker, refused to throw in the towel. He and his allies have forced a showdown by threatening to declare the speakership vacant if Cayetano won't step down on October 14, when the 2021 national budget would have been passed. President Rodrigo Duterte, who had brokered the deal, had said he would not interfere in the internal affairs of the House. And speaking of showdowns, it looks like US President Donald Trump's campaign for re-election would have to be put on hold as he and his wife Melania undergo quarantine after testing positive for the coronavirus disease. Trump, who announced the test results on Twitter, said he and the First Lady would spend time recovering inside the White House. The diagnosis comes just weeks before the November 3 presidential election when Trump goes up against Democratic candidate Joe Biden. Trump and Biden met in a presidential debate earlier this week that was described as chaotic and the worst ever. Back in the country, Dante Gierran, the newly appointed president and CEO of the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation Incorporated, or PhilHealth, is facing an uphill battle as he asks for the courtesy resignations of its top officials amid reports of corruption. The president said Gierran has until December to fix the state insurer or he would close it down. Ranking PhilHealth officials have been accused of defrauding contributors which amounted to 15 billion pesos. The expose by anti-fraud legal officer Thorrsson Montes Keith resulted in the resignation of several officers, including President and CEO Ricardo Morales. Overseas Filipino workers who have been displaced by the pandemic have been assured by the government and private sector of aid. At the Manila Times Forum on Creating New Opportunities for OFWs this Friday, the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, or TESDA, and the Department of Labor and Employment, or DOLE, said they have a string of financial, livelihood, and training programs to help OFWs retool and improve on their skills to keep them afloat while the world's economy is recovering from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. In other local news, the Department of Trade and Industry announced that businesses located in areas under General Community Quarantine, or GCQ, can now operate at 100% capacity while still allowing for work-from-home arrangements. Trade Secretary Ramon Lopez said in a memorandum circular he signed on Friday that the operations will remain subject to minimum health standards and protocols. Log on to www.manilatimes.net for a list of these businesses. President Duterte isn't expected to visit Boracay anytime soon, even after it has reopened to tourists. His spokesman Harry Roque said the chief executive was busy at the moment, but would love to visit the world-famous beach resort when possible. Boracay reopened its doors to tourists from general quarantine areas on October 1 after months of being closed down because of the coronavirus pandemic. Consul and head of post Zhou Yupin of the Chinese consulate in Lawag City, Ilocos Norte, personally expressed his gratitude to the frontliners of the pandemic by giving them mooncakes, fast food, drinks, and face masks. The visit on Thursday was in time for the 71st anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China and the Mid-Autumn Festival, or Mooncake Festival, in the traditional Chinese lunar calendar. In sports, Game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Miami Heat is on. Despite being down, Jimmy Butler believes that his Heat is far from out as he prepares to play through a sore ankle and without point guard Goran Dragic and all-star Bam Adebayo, who are also nursing injuries. LeBron James and the Lakers are locked in to take Game 2 after winning big 116-98 in their first meeting. The NBA Finals airs on Friday night or Saturday in Manila. Yen Macabenta and Ramon Tulfo are the featured columnists on the front page of the Times Saturday issue. Macabenta writes about how many COVID diagnoses are false positives, while Tulfo's "Even Among Thieves" is word of honor tackles graft and corruption under the Duterte administration. The Times, in its editorial, takes on the controversial beep card and the commendable response of Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade in favor of commuters against the consortium that did not hesitate to take advantage of the situation by imposing an exorbitant price on the cards, making it more difficult for minimum wage earners to get their ride to work amid the COVID-19 pandemic. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times, subscribe to its digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and keep up with the Times.